What's going on, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on all social media platforms at BoxingWave10. Twitter, Instagram, find me on there. All right. A lot of fighting, a lot of boxing this weekend. Okay, and I wasn't able to cover any of it, unfortunately. All right. I apologize to my subscribers, my fans. I wasn't on here. I love to be on live and cover the fight live. It's great. It's great for the channel. There's a lot of traffic for the channel. It's a good time. I just wasn't able to do it, and I had to wait until today to have time to cover the fight. All right, I have a lot of stuff going on outside of YouTube, so I just couldn't cover it. But I'm here. Mike Tyson against Roy Jones. I actually really enjoyed the fight. Honestly, it was not because those are my top two favorite fighters of all time, because they are. All right, I have a photo right there, Roy Jones, autographed photo of him. I love these guys. But I was more so excited to see Mike Tyson back in the ring because I've seen these training videos of him. His body transformation looked great. And just watching him hit the mitts the way he did, still seeing the explosiveness in him, the power. I was just more excited for him because it's been 15 years since we seen him, and he didn't look good the last time I seen him. And I know he's a lot older. He's 15 years older now. All right, he was pushing 40 the last time we seen him, and didn't look great. But at least I knew going into this fight that he was motivated in this fight. He looked like he cared, even though he's older. And yes, I'm sure these guys want the bag. You want to get paid and stuff like that. But seeing Tyson transform now, and Tyson is such a celebrity. He has so many things going on with his podcast and other things. He has so much going on, and I was just excited to see him, and I just like to see that he's in good spirits with himself now. It's been a long, long journey for Mike Tyson, and even from a young child. He was that first celebrity that I guess I kind of learned a lot from watching him growing up. Like, not about just boxing, but I mean about life. Just seeing his mishaps, and I was just excited to see him. Roy, on the other hand, Roy, lost in the ring, but Tyson, I feel like, lost in fights. I mean, lost in life, and for him to get it back together, and he seems to be doing well. I'm really happy for him, But Roy, yeah, he lost in the ring. One of the most traumatic things that I saw as a boxing fan was Roy Jones getting knocked out by Antonio Tarver, and he's lost. He's taken his L's, and it actually became like a normal thing. So even though I rate him really high as one of my favorite boxers of all time, I've seen him lost, and I kind of, just like, if he loses, I just hope he's okay. And that was one concern in this fight. Going into the fight, I wasn't upset with the amount of rounds. 8 rounds, 2-minute rounds. These are older guys. They're both in their 50s, even though Roy's a little bit younger. I didn't want to see too much from the both of them. In fact, I even said that I wouldn't mind them wearing headgear, being that this is an exhibition. When I heard rumors that it was going to be like these no knockdown rules or knockout rules and stuff like that, I thought that was ridiculous. If you were really concerned about the fighters, let them fight their fight. But at least maybe let them put on headgear. But the fact that they actually went out there and really fight, I thought that was really, really cool, and no one get hurt. We didn't get a knockout. Some people, I guess some people didn't like the fight. They thought it was too much holding and stuff like that. And that's cool. That's fair. But I like the fight because just seeing two guys that are historically two of the most athletic fighters that we've ever seen, like naturally athletic, the way that they move so fast in their primes, so powerful in their primes, were able to do things that no other fighter was able to do. These two were special. They might not have the greatest records or fought the greatest fighters pound for pound of all time, no, but I think these are two of the most explosive fighters we ever seen, and the fact that they were able to still move so well at their age was incredible to me. To me, they were still really, really fast, and it goes to show you how fast they were and powerful they were in their primes, because they're 50 years old and they still can move very fast. And that's another concern that I had for Roy Jones, because I saw what Tyson was doing leading up to this fight. I saw it. And I said to myself, God, for him to still be that explosive. Like, I know he's gonna fight in spurts. Like, I'm not gonna be unrealistic here. You know, some people went as far as saying that this guy can knock out the current top heavyweight fighters. Let's not get crazy. You know, I don't want to see any of those fights. I don't want to see Mike fight any of these guys. But the concern I had was for Roy, because I've seen the videos of Roy and I said, okay, his hand speed is still quick. They're always gonna be quick. He's gonna be fast until he's 80 years old. You know, he's gonna be quick. But I wasn't too sure about the legs. You know, his legs didn't look that great to me in videos watching this. So when Tyson came at him, and I mean in the very first round, when Tyson came at him, I was like really surprised to see Roy move so well. He was moving really well throughout the fight, you know, and especially in the second half. In the second half, he kind of neutralized Mike, because even though Mike was doing a good job cutting off the ring and closing the distance between the two of them, Roy did a good job, like, defending himself and tying up when he needed to. You know, sometimes the holding was a little too long for me. You know, the ref kind of let them fight, which is fair. But Roy moved extremely well, and Roy was very, very fast, and his combinations were still really quick. You know, his counters, his jab, his straight right hand that he would throw. I like Roy. I think they both look like an older version of themselves without being too old. If you guys get what I'm saying, like, this guy's that seen combat that just didn't look good at all. You know, whereas these two, they're older, obviously. They can't fight at the same pace, but they were still fighting the same way. You know, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the commentary. I enjoyed all of that. You know, I loved it. And I don't know what this is gonna lead to. I don't know about Roy, but I expect Mike Tyson to fight again. I don't know if they're gonna do the Holyfield 3 and get that out of the way. I don't know if there's gonna be a Shannon Briggs fight. I don't know if he could beat Shannon Briggs, so to be honest. I mean, Shannon Briggs is a little younger. And I've seen him more recently too. I guess it's been a few years now since we've seen him fight. But I don't think Mike Tyson could beat that guy at this point of his career. You know? Even though he's really explosive, he only fights in spurts, in very short spurts. And the rest of it, you can just lean on him and hold him, you know? I mean, that's even what Kevin McBride did 15 years ago. You know, a much bigger guy. You gotta understand, like, Mike Tyson, yeah, he was jacked when he was younger. You know, his neck was like this wide. He's very powerful. His fitness was great. But Tyson's very short. You know, he's not really a big guy. He is big, but these new heavyweights are a lot bigger. And I don't want him to fight too many people. You know, I thought the Roy Jones fight was cool. I think he definitely could have really hurt Roy if Roy wasn't as experienced as he was. You know, because Tyson was going to the body. He was landing some big shots up top. But Roy, you know, some of those shots weren't as clean as they look. You know, the commentary, which was fun to listen to. I actually like Snoop being a commentator because he brought entertainment to the fight. I think if it wasn't for Snoop, if we had just two serious technical analysts there, two or three of them, it would have been more, you know, it wouldn't have been as entertaining. But I think it's because Snoop and his commentary and everything that he was saying, he was making me laugh. He was hyping me up. He was hyping up Roy. He was hyping up Mike. I thought I enjoyed it, you know, and I think that it goes to show that, you know, I think it's good to have a good technical analyst, like guys that's gonna study the fights. Like, not to toot my own horn or any other YouTubers that do this. There's a lot of YouTubers listening, and there's a lot of guys that's on these networks that don't actually box, but they're great at giving commentary. Like, they know the sport well because they studied the sport. And a lot of fighters, I think it's always been a good mix to have an actual fighter mixed with like an analyst. Some fighters are analysts, but some fighters are just better at telling you how it is in the ring. Like, I thought Roy, as a commentator, was always good at telling it how it is at the ring. He might not be as technical as some of the other analysts that's up there, or some of the other boxers that give analysts, or that are analysts up there. But like me, I study the sport. I might not, I don't have the boxing experience and stuff, but I do study the sport religiously. Before I make videos, I might spend hours of just watching a fighter before I even turn on his camera to talk about him. And I think you need people like that too. But I also think you need people that is going to bring it, the entertainment in it and the excitement in it, like WWE style. And I think that Snoop did a good job doing that. Like, he was fun. I mean, that's Snoop. I mean, he's always fun to listen to. And stuff. So I thought that was really cool, and I was fine with it. I was fine with the show. I think the show, honestly, got overshadowed by the Nate Robinson knockout. I'm probably going to talk about that in a separate video, because I wasn't going to talk about it, but I kind of want to talk about it now, because it's like probably the biggest thing that's happened all year involving boxing in the ring, which is crazy. The whole internet, it literally broke the internet, similar to when Joshua got knocked out by Ruiz. It just kind of like broke the internet, like memes galore. I even posted a meme on my Instagram. But I'm going to talk about it in a separate video. But anyway, Mike Tyson. I don't know if we're going to see more of Roy, but it seems like a lot of fighters are going to start coming out, because the money is still there. And at the end of the day, this is prize fighting. People are going to watch what they want to watch. And even though these guys are older guys, I think overall, I think the public was satisfied with what they got from by these two fighters at their current state. I know I was. All right. But yeah, I mean, if we're gonna get another fight, I guess we should get Tyson Holyfield 3. I think we should get that. I think that really makes the most sense. I think that's a doable fight for both fighters. I mean, Holyfield's in great shape now too, so maybe we can get that. I don't know about all of the other fighters, from the past, like a Riddick Bowe, or I don't want to see certain fighters come back. Like, certain fighters are a little too old, or certain fighters are not that old, but I don't think they have a following enough for people to really care if they were to come back. Like, I seen Chris Bird, who's in amazing shape. He's a lot slimmer. I don't know how interested he is. We know that B-Hop went a long time with fighting. We know Oscar De La Hoya is talking about fighting, and said something about him being interested in fighting Triple G. I don't want to see him fight Triple G, because that's unrealistic. I know Triple G is getting older, but Triple G is still active. He's still active, and he's only lost to one fighter, and that fight was questionable. And that fighter was the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world to me. So Oscar fighting Triple G, I don't think that's real. He's just, boosting himself. If you are going to come back and fight a newer fighter, why don't you fight Canelo, since y'all have beef? You want to fight somebody, fight Canelo. But if you're not going to fight Canelo, fight another fighter that is older and is past it. Maybe you get a Shane Mosley 3 or something. I'm not really that interested in Oscar fighting, but that's my personal preference. But, if he's in great shape and he's good to go, come back, because the money's always there. Fight someone that we are interested in seeing you face. I don't know if he's Trinidad, or I'm trying to think of some of the other fighters. Come back and fight B-Hop. You two are cold. You guys run the business together, so I don't know. B-Hop didn't fight too long ago. I don't know if Oscar would do well in that fight, but yeah, I don't know, man. There's plenty of options out there, and I'm cool with it. All right, but Anyway, that's my thoughts on the fight, man. I was just really excited and happy to see that they both look incredible at their age, you know. So that's my views on the fight, man. Make sure you guys subscribe again, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.